Hello everybody, welcome back to the Let's Play. Today we are in the Nether. As you can see, we're in the Nether. We are over at the fortress that we found with two blaze spawners right next to each other. I think I showed that on camera. Didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Anyway, just a little tip for anybody trying to do blaze spawners. If you put a ring of glowstone around it like this, 2-block gap between it, then blazes won't spawn anywhere except for directly on top of the spawner, which is why I have this glass here. But this is a really easy way to disable the spawner. So my goal for today is to try to set up some kind of, blaze rod farm, because I was thinking of, where are we going to put our gold farm? And then I was thinking, okay, well, we're going to want to melt down all the gold swords so we can make sure we have the best efficiency. And I was like, that's going to take a lot of fuel. Where are we going to get our fuel from? And I was like, aha! We have these two blaze spawners. Let's make blaze rod farm, and then we can power it with that. So that is what we are doing. These two spawners are directly diagonal of each other and meet here in this middle, like right in the middle of these 4 blocks. I haven't totally decided how I'm going to set up the like the killing chamber or whatever yet, but I'm going to dig out some space first and just try to get a idea of how big the boxes are going to be, and then from that I'll figure out where the actual standing place in the killing chamber and whatever are going to be. Also, you may have noticed I'm not wearing any gold, so if there are piglins that show up, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble, but it's going to be fine because we can run away. So the blazes aren't going to be able to spawn any taller than these 2 blocks, so if I put a ceiling right here, that should be fine. I will probably not use netherrack, or maybe I will just for now, but I'm probably not going to be placing any blocks at the moment. I'm just going to cut out this space and then see what we're working with. But yeah, 2 blocks up and then a ceiling, and then we have to have at least 6 blocks down, because when the spawner is activated and it goes to spawn blazes, it's going to check a 9x9x9 cube centered on the spawner. So that means that it's going to check 4 blocks in every direction. And so we want to make sure that any blazes that we're taking out of the system are at least 4 blocks away from the spawner. So we're going to go 6 blocks down. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to cut out these big boxes and then I'll be right back. What? What? How did he light on fire? Oh, that's how. Okay. Anyway, I did finish carving out the things. I actually decided to carve out 11 by 11 because I wanted to put this frame in to be decorative. Yes. So instead of this glowstone ring to prevent them from spawning, we'll have dispensers where those 4 planks are at the top, pointing down with lava buckets in each. And then when they activate, it'll put a block of lava there that will spread 1 block in each direction and then go down. And those 4 columns of lava will prevent the blazes from spawning. I brought a bunch of glass, yep. And I was going to fill in, the rest of the cage part with glass. But I wanted to do cyan glass. Oh yeah, I got 3 wither skeleton skulls in the time that it took me to carve these out, just from wither skeletons trying to beat me up while I'm working on it. How does dyeing glass work? Is it like that? It's like that. Okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, so 1 stack of glass was enough for one of the top or bottom pieces. And then we had a little bit left over. So like maybe 1 stack per side. That sounds right. think the best way to do this is going to be to make an L shape with lava and push them all into a corner. So we want them to go down here. So, like this. This is a good time to drink our fire resistance potion, actually. So when we eventually turn this place into a village, I'm thinking we do warped wood theme throughout. And we'll do like blue fire as well, so it'll match the wood. I think that would be fun. We're also going to need a sign, because even though the way we're placing the lava, it will never reach this corner. The lava that flows from the top here is capable of reaching the corner, so we got to put a sign. If we take a look at our map here, we are... there we go. We're in the top left corner right by the... I think it's the end portal thingy? There's an end portal through that purple portal at the top, and then the one to the right of it is the mansion. So if we have lava in a big L like this, you can see the corner over here. They can get stuck in it, so we need to put one on top. And now, if any of them land in the corner, they'll sink down, and they will slowly get pushed out of the corner. Lava is slow, but it's what we have, so we're gonna have to deal with it. Like, the easiest possible way to do this, right, would be to cut a hole there, cut a hole in the other one, just have another 2 lava streams, bring them together, and drop them into a single chamber. But that's boring. Plus, we would have to be down there. And this is where the pathway is. Let's say that we want them to end up like right in the middle here. If we have them drop down, get pushed by lava, then we want them to be launched up and then pushed over and land in this, right? No. Got him. I think what just happened is I hit the gas fireball, and it hit another gas fireball and knocked it back into his face. Because, I don't know if you heard that, but there was an explosion before it hit him. So I think I hit it, he shot another one, and then the one I hit the one he shot and reflected it back into his face. I don't think I've ever done that before. So if we had a slime block here, like so, and we put the tripwire across the top. Oops. So one hook here, one... Oh, I'm gonna have to replace these blocks with something sticky, or sorry, the slime block can't grab either. I don't think there's any other way of making it so that they go up. Not any that I can think of, at least. Yeah, that's good. And then lava, push them right over this, and then they'll activate it, and then we'll wire it so that it then activates the slime block. We'll put a delay, right, so that when they touch the very edge, it doesn't just go off immediately. It waits like a second or two, and then it goes off. Okay, let's check that out. Alright, fall in here. This is very slow, but it's fine. Drop down. I definitely think we're going to need some more delay. Yep, that's too bad. Bummer. Okay, good to know. Hey, we did it. Okay. Wow. Hopefully it'll keep up. I don't know. Alright, let me just... Whoops. So next thing is how are we going to get them in there? Like the first thing that comes to mind for me is to just have another piston up here with a slime block on it. So that when they get launched up, then there's like a slight delay after that piston goes off, and then the piston up here goes off and it pushes them into this channel here. But my other thought was, what if we launched them up? Also, I'm just now noticing that this is not high enough. We're gonna have to launch them again. Dang. I'm gonna do some more tinkering here, see if I can figure something out. Alright, so this is what I got figured out. We've got a piston here with a slime block right there. When they land on the pressure plate here, it pushes them this way, and then they go into here, and then if they are triggering this tripwire, this will activate a hopper clock here. So basically, if there's ever anything in that area triggering that thing, then this hopper clock will be running. Otherwise it'll be off. And that's because if it happens to fire when the blaze is like halfway between these two blocks, we don't want it to get stuck, right? So we can't just have this hooked up directly to the piston. And then the lava here is just in case when it launches them sideways, if this is already up, they don't just like hit the side of the block and stop. So it's to drag them in there. And then we've got a slime block elevator doohickey here. Tripwire here, goes over this way, and then points this way. This is on no delay. This is on a I guess this is 6 ticks, right? 6 tick delay. Whoops. So they hit that. This pushes out. This launches them up. And then there's another one up there. And that's to get them high enough so that, well, let's go up around. It's to get them high enough that they can get up to here. And then this is just a horizontal thing. Very similar idea with the tripwire, except for this is instant. Because if there's a blaze touching this tripwire, that means that this slime block is already going to be, you know, in the same area that the blaze is, so it just kind of launches them sideways and then they fall down. Other than the very bottom launcher, we have 2 launchers and then this, whoops, sideways one, and I just broke it. Nice. Good job, me. Oh, dang. How did this happen? How did I... What? I'm so confused right now. I don't know how this got turned on. Wait. Oh, that's not good. Ah, dang. Well, that's not great. One of these elevator bits is connected to the, Great. How did I... Oh, come on. Well... give me a second. If we just put a block here instead of a wire, I think it'll work the same. Anyway, so we got the slime block launchers. It's working. You can see it's working. The only thing is that if I hit these guys, then they all start flying. So if there were some in there when I started smacking these dudes, then they would start flying up in the air and it would wreck everything. So what I have to do is I have to install some kind of crusher that I can push a button and it's gonna suffocate them for a certain amount of time. The thing is, like, with the way that I've set up these tubes, there's no real place for me to put a crusher. That's what we're gonna figure out next. I just put up this wall here so blazes would stop shooting me. You can see I got kind of carried away with placing stuff down. So this is all slabs here. I've got the warped slabs on where the paths are, and then I just added another slab You see, I added another slab of netherrack on top of these, just so I could stop blazes from spawning, because they were being really annoying. But this is just kind of the general theme that I was going with. I added a staircase here, because this part up here was like sticking out to the side, and then that part down there was sticking out this way, but they weren't connected, and so I have connected them. And then a similar thing over here. It's beautiful, I know, it's beautiful. I ran out of warped planks though, so I'm gonna have to finish it later. I really stupidly died in the lava off camera and had to replace my bow and a bunch of my armor. So not super happy about that, but it wasn't too bad. It was just, I rage quit for a little while. So we've got one elevator built. The next step is we got to have an elevator for this one as well, and then basically it'll be coming up right here, and then it'll push over that way. And so I'll probably, I don't want them to both be shooting blazes in at the same spot, because then we run the risk of like one of them shooting out this way at the same time it shoots out the other way, and they like bump each other around and they don't all drop down the same place. So I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have them get pushed to the back corners and then go up and pushed over to this part. It would definitely make it easier to build the crusher part. The thing is, like, something has to move, right? Because in order to have this be a crusher, we need a block to be pushed into this airspace here, one here and one in the block above it as well, to keep them from going upward. And so it's like, alright, well, where do we put the pistons for those? We could have them here, but I've already got a lever here. We could have them here, like in that airspace in front of that piston and that slime block, but that's where this tube is. So the way that this is currently made, there's nowhere for us to put the crusher. So I think I'm gonna have to move this elevator somehow. My options are, I can either have them dropping down in the other corner, or I can have them dropping like in the middle on this side, so I can have lava on this side and lava on that side, both pushing toward the middle, and then they'll drop down into another channel that kind of pushes them out. I'm thinking that all this netherrack up here is going to have to go, because I want to be able to see these big cages that I made, and at the moment this one is very much covered, so I'm gonna take out a whole bunch of this netherrack just so I can see better. It's a little better, I think. Hard to tell. I think that's a little better. Hi. I'll do one of them on camera, just so I can walk through the process with you guys. We'll set up this one because I've got the glowstone here, and it's going to be easier to work on it if I don't have blazes spawning. I mean, obviously I could do the one over there, but I'd have lava in my face constantly. So I think this is going to be the better option for the moment. There we go. So now they're pushing to the middle, and I should just be able to remove a block here, because they'll get pushed. Let's see. F5. Yep, I'm definitely... Oops, wrong button. And we go down. Alright, perfect. What that means is we don't have to have signs right here. I wished fire resistance would make you swim in lava faster. If we put lava here, we got a dead zone. Is this is an actual dead zone? Okay, so we'd have to do something about that. But it seems like it does push us this way, at least for a little while. And then we get another dead zone here. What happens if we take out this? Oh, okay, we got rid of some of the dead zone with that. Alright, so now... Oh, that works out. Okay. Yeah, working with lava is different from working with water because lava doesn't create new source blocks. So there's some things that you can do with lava that you can't do with water. So what we've got here is a U shape, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down. So we got 4 blocks from the wall here, and then 5 blocks of lava in a big U shape. Again, the corners here are dead, so we got to put lava like that. So once they drop down here, we want them to go to this and then go that way. We could have them go this way and then up and then that way. I think that's what we'll do. So they'll drop down right here, which means that this will be the bottom of the tube. We'll have some kind of piston system, just like we did on the other one. Or, like the piston system here, that like they land on this pressure plate and then they just get launched that way. That's just to make it a little bit faster. We don't really need that. We could just put a block of lava right there instead, and it would work just the same. I kind of demonstrated this earlier, but the reason we are going to have to use a crusher is because when we hit them, if we don't kill them, then they all start floating up in the air, and that kind of breaks our system here. So we're going to use the crusher to get them all down to 1 hit with a sweeping edge sword, and then we can just kill them all at once, and then they won't get aggro. This hasn't been the easiest episode to record because I don't exactly know what I'm doing, and so it's hard for me to do commentary while I'm also trying to figure stuff out. That's why I've been doing so much cutting. But I'll try to do a little more, you know, me figuring it out on camera. Not sure if people want to watch me do that, but I don't know. Like the way that I probably should have taken that lava out first, huh? Alright, I'm gonna attempt to do some redstone on camera here. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'm gonna try my best. Later, after I have this all figured out, I will probably move this clock somewhere else, but for the time being, that's where it lives. There we go. Perfect. Can you pass me that? Thank you. Am I building this right? I think I am. Like that, right? Like that? Whoopsie. Not like that. Like, meow. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. We can go like this. Right? Like, well, these... Ah, dang it. That's what I was afraid of. Okay. Okay, alright, come on. It's juggling me. Hi. Actually, come on. This is not gonna work because if we do this, we'll have a 2-block gap here where the blazes could possibly get stuck. Alright, here we go. We got the piston on this side. Stuff like that. We'll grab the redstone signal from over here, from the bottom, like this. Run it like that, and yeah, repeater there, like this. That should work, right? Certainly seems like it. Did I put this too long? Ah! Okay, looks like I only need a 4-tick delay there. And I was saying something earlier about how we should have them come in at different heights. I think I can get around that using lava streams. So what we'll do is, like we had set up right there, we'll have them come up, and then we'll have a slime block launcher, or a horizontal slime block launcher, hit them sideways, and it'll push them into a lava stream that'll be going this way. Because if we just have a lava stream here floating on top of a sign, they're not going to get launched all the way through it. It'll slow them down. So we do need... Wait a second. Oh, wait. Did I... We're 1 block too short? Is that what I'm seeing here? It's annoying. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, obviously we could add a 3rd vertical slime block launcher, but if we can avoid doing that, I would rather just use the 2 and then 1 horizontal one. So maybe we do have this 1 block lower. So we're going to want them to get launched up, touch the tripwire here, and then a slime block here to bonk them this way. Does that make sense? I'll just set it up. So like that, like this. I don't know why I hold shift when I place stuff like pistons and observers and slime blocks and stuff. I guess it's just habit from having to place lots of different redstone components. And this can fire immediately. So we'll just go like that, I think. Right? Yep, there we go. It's perfect. I'm gonna finish the tube here, and then we can check to make sure that it functions properly. So we need a sign here, and a sign here, and then I need to place the lava. Just want to check everything, okay? Like that. Yep. So I think this should work. At least for this side now. We just need to get the glowstone out. We patch this up. Do I have the perfect... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 less glass than I need to patch this up, which is awesome. Love that. Great. I'll try and go in from the top, I guess. Is this a good idea? Nope. Am I going to do it anyway? Absolutely. Okay. So... as soon as I start removing this glowstone, they're going to start spawning. So, yep, there it goes. I might as well use it, otherwise they're going to knock me off, and that's going to be terrible. Go into the hole. Very good. Over here. Oh, I never put the lava in. Whoops. It seems to work, though. This is not going to happen in the future. The only reason this is happening is because I forgot to put the lava in. They should not be stacking up like that. Are they getting stuck? Uh-oh. What's happening? Ouch. And now they're flying around. Great. Time to leave and come back. Let's just turn this off. The problem isn't that, like, they start flying around if they see you. I mean, the ones that see you will start flying around if they see you, but all of them won't start flying around unless you hit one of them. And the fact that I'm wearing Thorn's armor on one piece of my armor makes it so I have like a... I'm not exactly sure what the chance is, but a low chance of them getting hurt when they hit me. And if that activates, then all of them get angry. I guess they they would get stuck there if there was one on either side. Because like they're getting aligned against the wall the way this is working. And so if there's two of them aligned exactly against the wall on either side, then they're going to get stuck in the middle there. He's jumping. Why is he jumping? Stop jumping. He's still jumping. Why? Why? Do I need to move this source back? Ah, great. Cool, there goes my redstone. Okay, you are not helping. What? You know, I did not know that this connected in this way. That's our mansion portal right over there. And if we go across the bridge and around the side here, then we will get to the fortress that we were just at. I mean, like, I knew that it was here relative to the portal, but I hadn't actually found any reasonable way of getting over here. Okay, this is the time that it totally works for sure. Are you ready? No problems whatsoever this time. Really? Did I? Oh, duh. Yeah, that would do it. Very good. Why are you jumping? Stop. Stop jumping. Why are you doing this? Do I need to extend this lava flow even more? 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll make it as thin as possible. Maybe then they won't jump. You guys are kind of loud. Let's turn that down. 7th time's the charm or something. I don't know how many times I've done this. Not 7. Less than 7. Let's see. Maybe I can take this lava out. I'm going to try. If I can reach it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that seems to work. So if we just had one, then we wouldn't need lava, right? The problem is when we have two of these things and they're both on the same level, it's going to be a problem if two of them get launched at the same time from different sides, which is why we have to have the lava there, even though it's slower. So yeah, these two blocks are going to get pushed in from the back, and this, I think the pipe is definitely far enough away that we can get the pistons in there. I think I'll have one, like I might have the top one come in from that side and the bottom one come in from that side. So the next thing we got to do is change this one to match this one, and then put our crusher in. So if we have a sword with sharpness 5 and sweeping edge 3 on it, and we have a hopper timer that is running the crusher, that if we have 13 items in our hopper timer, that it will get them all down low enough that we can kill them all with one hit. If we break this and the block there, we should be able to kill them without them flying upward. I guess they had taken a whole bunch of damage from mob cramming. I'll set up the other side just exactly the same as this one, and then we'll move on to the crusher. And it is done. And by done, I mean this part's done. It's not actually finished or anything. I decided to hook this one up to the same hopper clock, so basically if either one of them is being activated by blazes, then the clock will be running. So I want it so that there'll be a pressure plate here, and then when I want to activate the crusher, I'll press a button or something. I'll probably put it right here on the floor, maybe. I don't know. But then that'll activate this thing, and oh, hello? Oh, hi. It'll activate the crusher for a certain amount of time, And then I want it so that this won't go back until I've killed the blazes. Does that make sense? So we'll have some sort of latch that when I press the button, this will extend until this is unpressed. I guess I'll just use the warp blocks for now. I don't know. I have lots of them and they fit the color scheme and I haven't used any yet, so maybe we'll try that. I don't know what we're going to need, so I'm just going to grab a bunch of things. So if we had some kind of flip-flop that was activated whenever this turned on or this turned off, I think that would be able to do this, right? Okay. So with a monostable circuit, we can just use an observer flip-flop, which goes like this. You just get the observer facing the wrong way. Come on. Have the observer looking at this, and with a sticky piston, I should make this go up. And block. Okay. So then we can control that. So if we have this be a redstone block, then if it gets to up here, it will get redstone, and we want this to go up to this piston if we can. I was not expecting this. I guess we can't do a vertical one? Is this gonna work? Let's see. There's all kinds of redstone everywhere. Piston stuck again, isn't it? Yep. Alright. It's gotta have something to do with this. Shut up. I got bugs in my redstone. Why is this active? I don't understand. There's nothing powering this. Maybe I should have the observer go into a block first before activating the sticky piston? Here's a question. Does this... Okay, good. I was concerned that maybe this activating would activate this, even though I can see it's not supposed to. What? How is this activating the piston? I don't understand. Okay. Okay, now it's out. Now it's in. Now it's out. Okay. Whoops! They're standing on the pressure plate. I push the button. That activates. Then when they when I kill them all, it opens. And then what happens the next time they land on it? Nothing. Good! Oh, hi. Are you here to help me with my redstone? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. I'm not sure if I have a job for you right now, per se, but I appreciate you being here to support me. Doing redstone is a lot easier when all you have to do is dig out the area, right? And there's walls around you and stuff. If you're just doing it in midair, it's a little bit more frustrating. Okay, so I decided to just brute force it off camera because I was having some real trouble figuring this out. So I got the clock here. You know, it's a one-time use clock, so that's a regular piston. It's a sticky piston. And then that redstone is on back there, but because this couldn't activate, because this was active, it needs to be updated in order for it to actually do anything. So that means that when we push this button here, it will update and this will extend. And then that turns on this lamp, activates this observer, activates this piston for one tick, and that can push this block in and out. I at first tried to just get a redstone line to run from there, like up over and around this thing, and even with glass blocks all over this, it was still activating this piston somehow. So I just decided to use another one of these, and then I had to use a ton of glass blocks here so that this piston wouldn't stay active, even though it would make no sense for it to be active even if these weren't glass blocks. But that's just how it is. So I had to switch those glass blocks. I had to make a target block, then torch, block, piston. So if I did everything correctly, that should be done, I think. Let's try go up there and do some testing. Okay. So there's nothing on the plate. So if we push this, this shouldn't activate, but this should. Yeah. Okay. And then let's say we have something on here. Nothing's happening. Push the button. Nice. 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 Yeah. I think like if we have something on this pressure plate and we push the button, it kind of happens. I wish this one would come in a little bit sooner than that one. It doesn't really matter though, so I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Let's just turn it on and make sure everything works. The only thing that's a little bit concerning is whether that tripwire right there is gonna interfere. I think it's gonna be good though. Okay, let's do that. Is that enough? Wait. The block went out. Why did the block go out? They are pressing that thing, aren't they? That's strange. Okay, that time it stayed in place. I'm not strong enough. Cool. Time to leave. I'm gonna go ahead and increase the number of items in here. Let's say... Whoa. I've broken everything. Is that too many? Let's try that many. I decided to switch this out with just a polished blackstone block, and I put buttons on the side just in case this gets stuck for some reason. Like if I leave without putting it back up or something, then I can just push one of these buttons and it will toggle it. Okay. Hey, perfect. Hey, perfect. Alright, cool. So in the future, when we have a better sword, we can go down there and shorten the time. But I think, for the moment, this is actually working great. I spent a little time trying to figure out some more of the aesthetic stuff of this place. So I was just, putting up some doohickeys, I guess. I'm gonna do a full test run, and then I think that's gonna do it for this episode. So I'm just gonna turn both of these on, and I'll use my mechanism or whatever until I can get 64 blaze rods. Nice. Nice. I'm very happy with this. So I can still see them going up from here. Even if I have solid blocks here, I can kind of peek and watch them going up. I didn't want glass here because otherwise you'll see all the wiring. Plus the wiring's kind of in the way anyway, and you wouldn't be able to see the stuff that well regardless. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, although it was a little bit kind of all over the place with all the editing and whatnot, because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And even when I did figure out what I wanted to do, I didn't know how to do it. But we got it figured out in the end, so hopefully it was fun to watch. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.